It's Techno, and we are back with our NBA Season 10 Week 2 battle versus the Perth Persians and their coach, Farty66. Now I just gotta see if I can find the team. Yeah, also known as Hail, also known as Duskstorm, many different names. But yeah, this is going to be our matchup this week. You guys obviously know my draft right over here, and his draft consists of Zygar 50%, Tapu Bulu, Heatran, Terrakion, Alakazam, Nidoking, Jolteon, Jellicent, Mega Absol, which is an RU for some reason, Kecleon, Guzzlord, and Archeops. Now, pretty threatening team, very, very good offensively, obviously. Like, just look at that team. So many different threats. Tapu Bulu, Zygarde, Heatran, Terrakion, Alakazam, Nidoking, Jolteon, Jellicent is a nice defensive threat, Mega Absol. They're all just so threatening to my team, or just any team in general. So, uh, definitely going to be a tough matchup for us. However, I think we might be able to pull it out. So let's just look at the team that we brought. So we brought Mega Garchomp this week. Now, the unfortunate thing about Mega Garchomp is it, like, the Mega buff that it gets actually does not help it at all, because the speed is now instantly slower, as last generation it obviously was faster. So here we have our Garchomp with Earthquake, Draco Meteor, Poison Jab, and Stealth Rocks. Nice rocker for my team, as well as Draco Meteor, Poison Jab, and Earthquake, just literally hitting absolutely everything on his team. I could have gone like Poison Jab and then 2 special moves. However, Earthquake did hit stuff like the Jellicent a lot harder, which was pretty ideal for me. One of the main reasons I wanted to run Earthquake on this thing. Plus, its attack stat is significantly higher. Draco Meteor I ran in case he is Coil Zygarde. That was literally like the main reason I just even ran this. Because Coil Zygarde will easily take the Dragon Claws or Outrages. Not easily, but it'll take them pretty well. After it gets off a coil, or 2 coils possibly. So yeah, that was not something I wanted to deal with. Sorry if this commentary is shaky. I don't know what's up, but yeah. Poison Jab I brought, obviously, for the Tapu Bulu. Pretty self-explanatory. The speed here is to outspeed the Nidoking. As you guys can see, that speed star right there does outspeed the Nidoking. Special attack investment is for the Zygarde, so I guaranteed Oko that thing with the Draco Meteor if he is, like, just max HP. And then the attack stat is just everything else I had. So the next Pokemon we have is going to be our Umbreon. I changed its nickname from last week. And the Umbreon does really well versus a lot of things on this team. The Alakazam mainly, the Nidoking, it can do well versus the Zygarde and the Heatran. Jolteon, it does pretty well versus Mega Absol, can do pretty okay. So yeah, Umbreon's a pretty nice component to this team. Now, I decided instead of Heal Bell or anything, I was going to bring Baton Pass on my Umbreon. The reason I did that is because suppose he does go into his Terrakion, or hard into Terrakion, on my Umbreon. That's an issue that I don't want to have to deal with, so I can just Baton Pass out of there, gain a lot of momentum, and I'll be fine. It's also an issue for the Tapu Bulu. So yeah, I felt like it would be pretty efficient, this matchup, which is why I brought it. So the next Pokemon we have here is a defensive Babiri Berry, Moonblast, Moonlight, Thunderwave, Heal Bell, Clefable. Now, this Pokemon is good this matchup, however, it's not great. I needed it for stuff like Zygarde, if it came as a Dragon Dancing set, and I needed it for the Absol. Everything else, pretty much, it loses to. But yeah, sorry about that. It just, okay, I'm stumbling on my words right now. I'm not sure why. I think, yeah, whatever. Anyways, the Umbreon. Why am I saying the Umbreon? The Clefable is there to help deal with those Pokemon. Everything else it does lose to, like the Tapu Bulu, it won't take hits from that very well. It won't take hits from Terrakion incredibly well if it is banded or anything. But everything else should be fine versus Nidoking's a pretty obvious switch in if it does come, but we can deal with that when we get to the battle. So the next Pokemon I brought is the Xurkitree. The reason I brought Xurkitree this week is because I wanted something that could literally just run through his team. This coverage right here, he literally has nothing for it. Even the Jolteon dies to like +1 Dazzling Gleam. And then everything else obviously takes super effective damage. Terrakion dies to Thunderbolt, Kecleon dies to Thunderbolt if it's all +1, obviously. Plus, it's a nice breaker too. That's what's nice about Xurkitree. Even though it can be a sweeper with the Choice Scarf, it can also break through teams pretty easily because of just how ridiculously high its special attack is. But yeah, that's circuitry for this team. Really nice late game sweeper, and I hope it can put in work. So, Crobat, next Pokemon we brought, Brave Bird, U-Turn, Hidden Power Ground, and Roost. Basically, I just wanted something that could also break through his team for Circuitry to potentially do work. That's the main game plan. Break through his team and then just win with the Circuitry, or even just chip him down with my Clefable, Umbreon, and my Blastoise, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, this thing I brought because he doesn't really have switch-ins at all. Um, sorry. Yeah, nothing on his team wants to switch in. If there was one thing on his team that really wanted to take any of these hits, it would probably be the Zygarde, the Heatran, or the Archeops. Zygarde, of course, takes Brave Bird neutrally. Can take it okay, I guess. Not great, though. Hidden Power Ground I have so that I can get pretty decent damage off on the Heatran. Of course, I won't Oko because it is a Crobat, but, yeah, Hidden Power Ground is a nice tech to have in case the Heatran does want to come in on me. At Archeops, I'm not too worried about Archeops this matchup. If he does bring it, kudos to him. However, I don't see it really coming. So yeah, that's Crobat for this week. And the next Pokemon we have is going to be our Blastoise. So Scald, Ice Beam, Rapid Spin, and Toxic. The reason I have Ice Beam on this thing is to deal with the Zygarde, Tapu Bulu if it wants to switch in for some random reason, and the Guzzlord. And that's actually really nice versus this team. This thing just does really well. It's a nice response to a banded Zygarde. It's not going to get too KO'd. Of course, it is a soft counter, so like I switch in once, he switches out, and then if I come back in, it will not like do anything, or it will get too KO'd pretty easily. However, if I play smart, that should not have to happen. I have Toxic on this thing to help me deal with the Jellicent, and I ran a little bit of speed in case he wanted to creep me with the Jellicent and run Taunt or something, so I couldn't touch it. But yeah, that's the team for this week. Let's get into this battle. As you guys can see, he does bring a team that I did not expect very much. No Tapu Bulu, so that really surprised me. Even though Tapu Bulu didn't have a great matchup versus my team, I feel like it really could have come, but it didn't, so that's cool. He brings the Guzzlord instead, which is a very interesting bring, and you guys can see that he just has a bunch of offensive powerhouses that can also be defensive for the most part. Not the Absol, obviously, but everything else here that's offensive can also have some defensive prowess. Maybe not the Nidoking or the Terrakion, but yeah, it's a possibility. So, the one I'm actually going to lead off with is going to be my Garchomp, because looking at this matchup, Garchomp can get a kill if it's in on the right thing, because Draco and Earthquake they just destroy everything. He leads off with the Guzzlord, and of course, I can Oko this thing. However, if he is Assault Vest, which I do suspect him to be, because like why wouldn't you bring Assault Vest Guzzlord? If I have a Circuitry, I feel like that's the only like real reason that he even brought this thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna switch right out of there, go right into my Clefable, as he just goes for the Dragon Claw. Now, I'm not afraid of a Heavy Slam. Obviously, Heavy Slam would suck if it came out here because I popped my Babiri Berry. However, I don't feel like he'd risk me being like a more speedy Clefable and just bopping this with the Moonblast. So he just goes right into his Nidoking, as expected, and I Moonblast, and it doesn't do very much. I get the special attack drop, which is pretty unfortunate because you guys are going to see I go into my Umbreon here, and the Focus Blast comes out, and I take 34. So without that special attack drop, I might have not taken the hits. Actually, with the Protect and stuff, I would have taken it a lot better. But yeah, this is the situation that I talked about in my team building. I can go right for the Baton Pass here as he goes right into his Terrakion. And predicting that, I go into my Clefable, and we're back in a good position. So Nidoking continuously gets worn down with this. So now, I don't want to switch back into my Umbreon, because if he Focus Blasts or Sludge Waves or anything, I lose that. So I don't want to lose it that early. I want to go into my Mega Minion. I take a lot of damage from this, however, it's not that worth it. And here I just Brave Bird and killed the Nidoking. I didn't think he'd switch out or risk anything. Probably thought I'd U-turn there. No, I didn't. I just stayed and I killed it. And the Terrakion comes in, and I can do something to it. Whoop, I almost clicked the reset button. Anyways, I can, like, do damage to this thing, however, it's really not worth it for me. And he subs up on my Crobat, which was a very interesting play, because I could have stayed in. But yeah, nice, I guess. And the Skull comes out here. Now, the only way he's going to be able to kill me from this range is if he is a Z-move variant. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay in, and he doesn't actually have a Z-move at the moment. So he goes for close combat, I guess thinking that maybe he'd kill, but no. This is Blastoise. It's a very bulky defensive Pokemon. And now Zygarde comes in, and it basically claims one. Well, if it like was banned, it would definitely claim a kill right there. He does miss the Iron Tail. I'm gonna get more into that probably after the match. Because missing the Iron Tail, it did suck for him, but I don't think it made too much of a difference. You guys will see. I pop a balloon with the Heat Ram, which is pretty nice. Because now my Crobat can come in. The reason I went Crobat is because I predicted the rocks that come out here. And now I go for the Hidden Power Ground as he goes for the taunt, predicting me to maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm actually not sure I went for taunt there. But yeah, I go for Hidden Power Ground, and here I know he's going to go Zygarde or something, so I just Brave Bird. So yeah, nice play on my part. We get damage off on the Zygarde for... and that damage is actually pretty crucial. I'll show you guys later. But yeah, here I make a really dumb like decision. Because I go into my Garchomp and I just click Draco. I forgot that you had to Mega because I looked through a lot of things and it said that like people were like tossing up between you do have to Mega and you don't, and I guess you don't. You do have to Mega. So you know it's fine. It's just the way it is. It didn't really impact the match too much as you guys can see because even if I didn't, the fact that he sacked the Heatran means that me not Mega Evolving doesn't really matter too much. So yeah, that's nice. And now the Absol is going to come in. And obviously it'll just Ice Beam me here. So what's going to happen here is now Clefable is going to come in. And now this is where missing the Iron Tail did suck. Now he does go for Iron Tail and he pops my Babiri Berry. But basically what would have happened is that damage means that even if he did somehow come in with 2 Iron Tails, I asked him after the game what his moves were, and I'm pretty sure he did have the Sucker Punch on the Absol, which would not have done enough to my Xurkitree, like, no matter what, because he told me after the game that he also was not max attack. I'm actually going to pull it up right now. Yeah, he had Sucker Punch, but he did not have max attack EVs, and the Zygarde did not have Iron Tail. I mean, did not have extreme speed, so what I can do here is I Moonblast, and what would have happened here is I would have actually just swept the rest of his team with my Xurkitree unless he crit me, and I would have locked into Dazzling Gleam and just won from there. And it's actually kind of unfortunate that it happens that way, because you guys are going to see I do actually lose differential from that, because Heavy Slam's going to come up here, just destroy my Clefable. And, okay, I know that since he does have speed for the Clefable, there's no way he's going to be running speed, like enough speed for my Blastoise, so I just go for the Ice Beam here. Get enough damage to the point where this thing is in range of the Xurkitree, because I did the calc, and it was a roll for it to be in range earlier, and I didn't want him to go into a Zygarde on like a Volt Switch or something on a balls deep play. But yeah, Dragon Claw comes out here, Xurkitree can come in, and now we just win the game. So, it was a very good game to hail. I apologize about some of the hacks, however, I don't think it mattered that much, or at all, really, because I feel like I would have played around it. The main one that probably mattered the most would have been the Moonblast on the Nidoking, and if you wanted to like land all those Iron Tails, that would have been pretty impressive. Would have really sucked for me. But yeah, now we are 1-1. We are +0, I believe. Yeah, +0. And next week we play the Indiana Keldios and John. Pretty good battler. Really excited to play that match. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.